What's up, guys? It's your boys Awoki back out with another Chris Watts video, of course. And today we're going to Geneva. There's a couple people that sent me some videos and said, Awoki, I've never heard you talk about these, and I want your partake or your opinion and so forth. And we're going to do that just right now. So we're going to be looking at apparently Chris Watts was talking code slang also with Nicole in case anything did arise. He had somewhat of an alibi to say, hey, I was just talking about ice cream, cookies, lollipops, empanada. I mean, the list goes on and on. Plus, apparently there was some proof that Chris Watts was going also after the $450,000 life insurance policy of Shanann being murdered. And we're going to look at those two videos right here, right now. So, before we go any further, make sure you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel by hitting that wiper icon down at the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it. So when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I posted that video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, I thank you guys so much for the love and support. Keep on doing what you guys are doing, and hopefully one day we'll hit that 100K goal. Until that time, also, go over to Geneva. Go give her some love for her hard work and dedication to finding some evidence about the Chris Watts case. Go subscribe, comment, like, and share to her channel. And without further ado, let's get into those videos.
Regarding the last video I uploaded last night on October 20th.
Oh, hold on. I made it too fast.
With the detailed breakdown and timeline with Nicole Kessinger and Chris Watts' text messages. And the first text message on June 27, 2018, with Chris texting NK, if you want me there, I will be there, ice cream, cookies, and lollipops. Sounds like a cheat meal night, laugh out loud. Now, a lot of people were commenting under this video and stating that ice cream, cookies, and lollipops could be possible slang words used for certain types of drugs. Now, this also coincides with another video I made about 3 months ago.
I wonder if Chris ever did a drug test. I wonder if he did or not.
And it's called What Was Really Going On at NK's Apartment, because there was some residue on the bathroom countertop where Chris was taking a photo of NK and the...
Or is that just like dings inside the countertop? Oh.
Brown bikini. So we'll go over that later. So me being the curious one, of course, I had to do my own research. And according to the government website for the DEA, the first one I want to point out, and it shows that methamphetamine on the government website, on the first line there, you see Bluebell ice cream. And he did state at first the word ice cream. And then towards the middle, it also says ice cream. And then we have the slang words for cocaine. And one of those is the word cookie. And then also for crack cocaine, you see the word cookies. And then this one for fentanyl, at the bottom there says lollipop. So I do...
Can this just be like a coincidence? Or is this like something that you think, guys, might be true? If you want me there, I will be there. That's a lot of D words. Okay? Oh, man.
I do find this really interesting, because he used those exact words, and it would be understandable if they did want to have a cheat meal.
But, I mean, I can't see myself, maybe ice cream and cookies, like an ice cream cookie, but ice cream, cookies, and lollipops? Or is that just like his dirty mind thinking, oh, I can lick her up like ice cream? Like, that's probably what he was doing.
And have some ice cream and cookies, that would make sense. Maybe some brownies, cake. But the fact that lollipops was in there,
that's the weird one.
Red flag to me.
What adult, and don't even say, oh, I have lollipops. No. Only when it's like probably handed to you by somebody that's like your work or whatever, and they're handing out treats or something. But at Halloween and maybe Valentine's Day, but you don't see any adult going to go get some lollipops. I'm sorry, but no. And there's going to be people that are going to go in my comments and go, I have lollipops. No, you don't. I haven't seen an adult with a lollipop ever in my life. I probably had myself some lollipops when I was younger in like teenage years, like those green caramel ones that you had. Those were like probably one of the best ones. The Tootsie or lollipops. I'm getting off subject, but it's very weird to say ice cream, cookies, and lollipops. Like, why would you? What? So I think it's it could be what she's saying, but how far fetched do you think that is? Tell me down in the comments.
Because I can't imagine, I've never seen anybody just sitting around eating lollipops. And that's
Exactly.
plural, so it's not just one lollipop.
Unless
it
it's
would
a
be
kid.
multiple, which I don't know, maybe it's just me. It just seems bizarre, especially as an adult. So we'll get into the other video that I made about that drug residue, possibly, and take it from there. Now I'm going to be walking you through different pieces of evidence that Chris Watts and his mistress, NK, had possibly been using drugs and or
Thankfully, we've never had to see her actual nudes. Thank the Lord.
Oxycodone. Now first, as you may remember, this is the first photo that we...
And she did have to call a couple times a sober living center, and that sober living center is used for people that are trying to fight addiction. So, I mean, you can be addicted to a lot of things besides the D word, as in sugar, or being addicted to sex, or I mean, the list goes on and on. You can have an addiction that's not the D word and can possibly ruin your life. So, I mean, heck, there's a video that I watched one time on the addiction of A&E where a girl was drinking gasoline, and she would drink like 33 gallons in a week. And it was an addiction she had. Crazy.
We've seen in the discovery of Chris Watts' mistress.
And what she probably had addiction to was DICK.
And this was about 6 months before they released the extra pictures later on, after they did their interview in Wisconsin with Chris. Now we can take a quick...
I want to know who leaked this image. Like the bikini ones. Somebody at the police station leaked these images. So I'm just saying, somebody leaked it.
At these photos, because some of these photos is what I will be showing you as possible evidence.
Gross. That's what teenagers do. She's 30.
Now, as you can see here in the reflection in the mirror, you can see Chris Watts taking a picture of his mistress, NK. Now here is a close-up of that same photo. Now here's the original photo, and we're going to use this as Exhibit A. And this is the other photo taken where his body is slightly shifted, and we will use this as Exhibit B. Now back to Exhibit A, and moving on to Exhibit A, Zoom 1. And here I'm pointing out Chris's hand, and Exhibit A, Zoom 2, Chris's hand, and then we have markings that are on the mirror. And I'll be explaining this as we go along.
That's probably just toothpaste.
Now here again is Exhibit B. Moving along to Exhibit B, Zoom 1. Again, another photo of Chris Watts' hand shifted into a different direction.
Like this.
Exhibit B, Zoom 2. Here in the yellow circle, I'm showing you what looks like to be something in Chris Watts' fingers. And you're going to be watching out for the marks, the dirty marks that are on the mirror, and the square blocks within the actual door behind both of them. Now this is Exhibit A, Zoom 2, and Exhibit B, Zoom 2. And keep in mind, his body is shifted in a little bit different direction in each photo. But you can still see the dirty markings on the mirror that I have circled in the green circle. And then again, it looks like in Exhibit B, Zoom 2, there is still something there between his fingers. Now this is Exhibit A, Zoom 3, and Exhibit B, Zoom 3.
What do you guys think that is?
Now here again in the green circle, I'm pointing out to the arrow number 1, the first dirty speck on the mirror on the far left side. And then you have speck 2, 3, and 4. And then number 5, I'm pointing out between the number 2 and the number 3 is about the area where you can see what looks like something coming from Chris's fingers. And I have to point that out because that little shape you do not see on Exhibit A, Zoom 3. You only see it in Exhibit B, Zoom 3, because it's only shown in that one photo. So for an example, it's not like an extra marking on the mirror or the door itself. So to me, it looks like this is specifically something coming out of his fingers. And just because we don't see it in Exhibit A and Zoom 3 doesn't mean he doesn't have it on the inside of his palm, which if you have small on your fingers like that, you might be like twiddling with it,
like I'm like staring at this picture of the number 5, and I'm really trying to like debug it. It looks like. Do I have anything close to that, like a wrapper? I don't think it's a wrapper, but I mean it's like something like not a pen, but it's like it's between these two fingers, not these two fingers. I've never seen anybody smoke anything like this. I mean it could, but I don't know, because the difference between left and right, you can see there's possibly something, but maybe it's just our eyes playing trick on us. I don't know.
it.
Plus, I think the white specks that are on this mirror are just toothpaste spray. She's probably a messy girl.
So to me, in my opinion, I think this looks like some type of straw or rolled up dollar bill.
That could
Now,
be.
using the same photo, I'm using this as Exhibit C, and this one will be Exhibit D. And Exhibit C, zoom 1, and Exhibit D, zoom 1, both display some type of marking or residue that is on the countertop.
Dings?
Hence,
I don't know.
why there would be something like that in Chris's hand. Now, possible substance uses of this nature can boost one's libidos, which we know that they were having sex up to 3 to 4 times a day at the beginning of their
It was actually 6 to 5 or 5 to 6
relationship or affair, and could possibly be one reason why NK had called the Hazelbrook sober living in Colorado. Also combined with why he would try to poison Shanann with the oxycodone, as he has explained. So now I'm going to play some audio for you.
Whoa!
And I'll let you make your own decisions.
Hold on, what did that say? Juan and Irene Green are related to Dwayne, Nicole's aunt and uncle. Okay. Nicole spoke to Hazelbrook sober living for 22 minutes. And I bet if you called Hazelbrook sober living, they won't tell you nothing because of confidentiality of patients. So
For you, and I'll let you make your own decisions. Chris said in his
what was the bottom part that they said? Remember, Chris Googled wine and a wine opener. Is this why she called sober drinking problem? Kaylee is a friend or coworker of her. So let's talk to Kaylee. Let's talk to Barbara. Should be Nicole's aunt. No late night calls with Chris, probably at Nicole's house. It was July 30th. Yep, it was probably at her house. But why would she call at her house at 5 o'clock at night? And then so Chris didn't get there right away because I could see Chris 5:30 in the morning, 4:43 in the afternoon, 4:48. Chris is moving. 7:54. He's all over the place. So Thornton, he was at 5:30. 4:43 at Fort Lupto. Then Brighton. Thornton again. And then North Glen. Man, we could definitely like mark all these things on the map and just wait.
And I'll let you make your own decisions. Chris said in his letters, yes, I only gave Shanann the oxycodone the first night I was at my in-laws. I was obviously not in the right state of mind, but the idea was for her to lose our baby, so it would be easier for me to be with Nikki. It's hard even writing that, and I feel like such a monster, but I know those 2.5 months were not the person I am today or was before. I'm so glad the Lord delivered me from whatever evil was.
Once a murderer, always a murderer. You can't fix them. they always have that mentality. It's like once a cheater, always a cheater. If they do it once, they're going to do it again. Just, you can't tell me that a killer can be reformed. I just don't see it.
Was tormenting me and my family. I just wish they were still here. Now, in another letter, Chris says, the first night I was there, the first night I gave Shanann the oxycodone. I thought it would cause her to have a miscarriage. I had looked up on the internet and read about it, and 80 milligrams of oxycodone should have caused her to lose the baby.
It was in the bin. It was in the medicine bin.
No, you just made her sick.
At home. It was me. It was either July 30th or 31st. Whatever was the first day I got in North Carolina. It was in Colorado. It was with me when I went on the plane.
This is Officer Goodman, Frederick Police Department.
And this is Chris Moss. I was trying to call you back from my personal phone. Kept saying call failed. So I just used my work phone.
Oh, this is your work phone? Okay. So, we're just trying to get some of your wife and kids' information entered in to put some alerts out there. And I just need to get some information about the kids. Do you know how, on Bella, do you know her height, weight, hair color, and eyes?
So height would be 42 inches.
Okay.
Weight would be 40 pounds.
Or maybe this is how he sounds all the time.
Hair color would be brown.
All right.
Eye color would be brown as well.
Okay. Does she have any scars, marks, tattoos?
No.
Okay. And then on Celeste, same thing.
So she is 37 inches tall.
Okay.
She is 37 pounds.
Okay.
Blonde hair.
Eyes.
Hazel eyes.
Hazel. Okay, and again, no scars, marks.
And please don't call the Hazelbrook Sober Living Center to ask questions about NK. Leave him alone. I could just see the number, and you guys are like, oh, no, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Tattoos?
No.
Okay. Okay, we're just going to get that information out, and we're just going to keep... Oh, does...
I'm sorry, as much as I love my kids, I do not know how much they weigh. Unless they tell me. I know their heights just because I take them to the doctor's appointment, but I think it's ironically weird that he knows their height, weight, and so forth like that, like just on it, unless he's just making it up. But I just felt that kind of odd that he knew that. Do you guys know it? I feel like I maybe should be knowing their weight and so forth, but
does Shannon have any scars, marks, or tattoos?
She has the scar on her forehead only pops out every once in a while. It's from that car wreck she had a long time ago, but no tattoos.
Okay.
What about the one right here?
Scar or no?
No, it's just like only when only if she's like really heated.
Okay.
She's like outside running around a lot.
Okay. So it's like when there's a lot of sun?
Yeah.
Okay. And where is that on her forehead? Left, middle?
Yeah, like right in the middle of the forehead. Like right, like kind of like it runs like right in the middle, like just above the bridge of the nose, and it runs down, just like where the glass and stuff went into her forehead for that car accident.
Now, when you say goes down towards her
like
mouth?
It goes up and down instead of side to side.
Okay.
Like you have to really look for it, but like it's there. Like
I kind of want to watch this Nicole Kessinger, Chris Watts timeline proof she was in. I'm thinking about watching this one if she's got it still there.
she's like outside running around, it just kind of comes through.
Okay. So since the other officers have talked to you, has anything else come to mind that you can think of?
Oh, so this one in Carolyn Cadle's book, or Sherilyn Cadle, sorry. Cadle asked him about the claims that Watts gave his wife oxycodone, and he responded with conflicting stories, saying he had given it to her twice. Once at her parents' home in North Carolina, trying to cause a miscarriage, and then immediately before her death. But there was no oxy in her system because they did the autopsy. He later contradicted himself and said he only gave it to her once in North Carolina. I asked him where he got the oxy, and he told me that this is the one thing he will take to his death, Cadle wrote. So if this man is such a high person to be one with the Lord, and the God has brought him closer and so forth, well then if he's a righteous man, he won't lie. Right. Tell us who gave you the Oxy. If he's such a righteous man, who gave you the Oxy? Tell us, Chris.
To help us try to figure out what's going on, where she is.
Nothing's come across. Just a bunch of text messages from a lot of friends just reaching out to me, just seeing like if they could help or whatnot, but nothing new.
Okay. Can't think of anybody, any other names or anything that
He doesn't care.
come to mind that we could call.
No,
Yeah.
no new names right now.
Jim Katowski, Charlotte, her best friend, ex-boyfriends that she may have had. I mean, the list goes on and on. I could do this all day, and so forth. So
It goes up and down to the side.
Okay.
Like you have to really look for it, but like it's there. Like if she's like outside running around, it just kind of comes through.
Okay. Obviously, let us know as soon as you can, and if you can think of anything, if anything, you think of that might help us locate her.
yeah, I murdered them.
Let us know, okay?
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
All right, you have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Is what he should have said. And
Now, this
Kay
is what
helps.
Sherilyn Cadle said about Chris and the Oxys.
Now, this separates what we have to just think about, what we believe at this point. Why did he go downstairs? Did he go downstairs to mix a drink and give her Oxy again? Because the first time he told me about the Oxy, I was at the prison, and the first time he told me he gave it to her 2 times. He gave it to her once at her parents' in North Carolina, and then he gave it to her again the night that he killed her. Yes.
But they didn't find Oxy in her system. But again, how long does it take to get Oxy out of you? Let me check. Okay, so it says that for immediate release, the oxycodone works for around 3.2 hours to up to 4.5 hours. These times can vary based on factors as individuals' metabolism, body weight, liver function, and so forth. So it's not like it stays in there long, but I'm wondering if it was in her system when she... I mean, I'm not a professional, so I wouldn't know. But it's very interesting that it only lasts for 4.5 hours, not days, and so forth. Like, I thought it was in, like, if it's in your system, they could, like, take a piece of hair and then find out that that person did the D word. So, here's this one. How long does opioids show up on a test? Okay, so we got codeine, fentanyl, heroin. A lot of these are only 1 to 2 days. Detection intervals for opioids last for 2 to 3 days after their last ingestion. So if she would have had it in her system, it would have came up, right? If anybody is more educated in this, let me know.
Yes. His mother definitely controlled him. And I think Shanann...
You can see the oxycodone in your urine for up to 3 to 4 days. And she was found within that time, but again, I don't think it was in her system, to be honest.
You know, she was married to this guy who treated her well. He loved her. He helped her with the children. He helped with the house. He took care of her, and I think it became easy for her just to kind of run the show. He wasn't capable of running the show. Yeah, and as time goes, I learn more and more about things. The one thing I don't understand is why they had him get on the telephone, if in fact that was even him. I'm not convinced that was him. If it was Christopher on the phone with his parents and Kathleen is the one who arranged that for him supposedly to talk on the phone and say that he brought the Oxy from his house. But the fact is that rumor was started early on by his mother. messages where she is telling me that Shanann basically was a prescription junkie, and that she had all of these medications that she took on a regular basis. So I asked Christopher about that, and he said, no, that is not true. Shanann did not take
The location, the reason the medical examiner found Oxycodone, because I gave it to her. What?
take all that stuff. She was not taking Oxy. She was not taking, painkillers or anything. He said since they had moved to Colorado, and since she had gone on Thrive, the two things together had really helped her health, and that she was feeling much better pregnant. But she didn't take Thrive when she was pregnant, but that up until she got pregnant, that she was feeling much better, and probably why she got pregnant so much easier on her third pregnancy. He says it was not true that the Oxy was something that she, was using and all that. So I was looking back at the text messages, Cindy saying that, that she had buckets of stuff in the basement. So I believe that his voice that night sounded very angry. If that was actually him. Yeah.
Well, I think it was him. Because who else would it be? I mean, is she talking about the dark entity that was in him? I
absolutely believe he gave her Oxy in North Carolina, and that it made her violently ill. And he gave her quite a dose of it too. So it depends on how much he gave her. But I do know he gave her a hefty dose, and by her mom and dad and brother's account, she was sick all night that night. And he said that's when he would spend time off on his phone with NK.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, I hate this.
It's me. I miss your face. I was just calling to say hi. Call me back. Bye. Hi. It's me. I guess just call me back when you have a chance. Bye.
I want to throw up in my mouth right now. All right, well, I was going to do the insurance on this one, but I think I'm going to do the insurance in a completely separate video, just because this one's getting a little bit longer, and I like to keep my videos roughly 25 to 30 minutes long, just so I don't take much of your guys' time. But definitely, I don't know if the words are code. Let me know your thoughts down below. It just makes you sick that he was so willing to get rid of a soul when he was able to live his life, but he wanted to take his son away, which was the first mistake. And then when the other Shanann, Bella, and Celeste got in the way, he removed them as well. Just absolutely disgusting. But yeah, the whole part with the code names, let me know you guys' thoughts down below. I didn't want to make it too long about this, so again, I do apologize. Please take care, guys. Be safe. Don't forget to subscribe to Geneva. We'll see you guys in the next video. Please take care, be safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys in the next video.